Clark.
Private members' business, notice number 5, for a motion relating to Urannah Dam.
The member for Dawson.
Thanks, Mr Deputy Speaker. I move the motion relating to Urannah Dam in the terms which it appears in the notice paper. Mr Deputy Speaker, we've spent many decades in this country speaking about the promise of Northern Australia, vast tracts of land, enormous coastlines and more water than we know what to do with, like that great gold deposit or reef that Harold Lassiter announced in 1929. The promises of riches from the north have not been delivered, and like Lassiter's reef, doubts have increased over time. North Australians are quick to say, when people talk about northern development, well, we've heard it all before and nothing ever happens. But right now, I've got to say, North Queenslanders in particular are very excited about the genuine commitment from the Liberal National Government, the white paper, the overall policy direction, and the fact that now substantial dollars are on the table. And I've got to say due credit goes to the member for Warringah, the former Prime Minister, for seizing the opportunity and being the Leader of Government to come up not with just a concrete plan and political will to develop the north, but putting those dollars on the table. The $5 billion fund for concessional loans to develop infrastructure in the north demonstrates that this government means business. I congratulate the Prime Minister for taking that plan further, for appointing a minister, a dedicated minister for Northern Australia. And in fact, that minister, the Minister for Resources, Energy and Northern Australia, was in my electorate just recently. He went for a tour of the north, and I can tell you he's thoroughly dedicated to ensuring that the Northern Australia White Paper is realised on the ground. And there are another number of things that the government can do in order to enable development and growth in Northern Australia, principally through providing or facilitating investment in key areas that is going to enable that growth. And I talk about road transport, rail transport, ports, communications, energy and water. And I'm particularly excited about the opportunities for water infrastructure that were announced in the White Paper and in the further agricultural competitiveness White Paper that the Agriculture Minister announced. Now, there's $500 million that's been set aside in a National Water Infrastructure Development Fund, $200 million of which is specifically for Northern Australia, and that is because the north provides the biggest opportunity for water infrastructure. We have the largest amount of rainfall across the nation, reliability of rainfall. We have wet and dry seasons, of course, but substantially the rainfall is just simply lost and runs out to sea. If we could capture some of that rainfall in major projects, we could revitalise and develop the north. One specific project I want to talk about is Urannah Dam. It's just outside my electorate, actually in the electorate of Capricornia, and I note that the member for Capricornia is going to speak on this soon. It's a project that's been talked about since the 50s and 60s, and again, people do roll their eyes when they hear about it, sadly, because it's been talked about for so long, but now is the time. We have the Liberal National Coalition government stumping up not just words, but actual policy frameworks and funding. Now, we've got the funding there to do this, and I want to just say what Urannah Dam will deliver. Urannah Dam, if built, would actually capture that much water. It would open up a 30,000 hectare area of agricultural land to the south of Collinsville, well suited to farming, to irrigation farming, and it would make a contribution, and this was identified back in 2001, a study into the development of the Urannah Dam. An agroeconomic assessment identified a net present value for the project of $323.2 million over 25 years from the agricultural industry associated with the Urannah Dam alone. That doesn't include the potential development that would get from industrial, mining and power generation. It would create 6,000 jobs during its construction. Beyond that construction phase, as I said, the new agricultural sector opens up ongoing job opportunities. There's potential for food processing jobs to be created, port development and the jobs that would be created there. Sadly, we've had the extreme Greens and the Mackay Conservation Group attacking this project before it's even seen the light of day. They say that it makes no sense to build this dam when there's water available, but the water will enable new agricultural areas to grow. Now, Bowen-Collinsville Enterprise, a local group, is doing their own pre-feasibility study, which they're going to deliver to me this month to hand on to the Agriculture Minister and Northern Australian Minister. I look forward to that because this is a great opportunity for developing the North.